Okay, I'm gonna be very fast about this, but you might need to ask your rigger first for permission for you to play around with the settings, physics settings for your model in Vtube Studio, okay? Recently, my chat asked how to customize your settings in Vtube Studio, and this is how I personally do it for my clients and my models. This model is not mine though, this is Queen E. So go to your settings, right? And then you go to the model settings over here. So first of all, one thing that you want to maximize your model is try not to play around with movement configuration too much. If you put this too big, the value too high, your model will be swinging left and right really crazy like this. And you don't want that if you want to mimic the VTuber corporate style of rigging. So you go to 1 or 0 at best. And then if you go to the physics setting, try not to go for 120 FPS for your physics setting. It's because that if you use 120 FPS, your physics will not be maximized. It will use a lot of frame rate to calculate your hair movement, your body movement, and all. For example, if I go for 120 FPS right now, if you look at the hair, right? It will be very janky. It will look very janky. So I suggest that you need to go for 30 FPS to make sure that the hair or the physics move very flowy. Yes. If you go for 60 FPS, it's pretty good too, but I recommend that you go for 30 FPS at best. And next is the physics setting. For the physics strength, do not ever touch the physics strength over here. Do not use this. Instead, you go here, the symbol next to the physics strength here, and you will be brought to the individual group physics setting. Here you can change your value for each of the groups that you have, physics groups. Let's say you want your head to move a little bit stronger than before. For example, if I go here, it will show that it uses less or more physics, right? And as for your setting, your input setting, one of my clients did ask me that they want the model to move a lot, but they don't want to move a lot in the real life. So what I suggest is you decrease the number of value in your input for your head. For example, your head, let's say you want the head rotation to be more than you're doing right now. You don't want to do a lot in real life, but in Vtube Studio, you want the model to move a lot. So increase the number of input here to, let's say 15 or 10. 15. I go for 15 for me. And you will see that if you move just a little bit, the model will move more than you are doing now. It will increase the range of your model. Do take note that it really depends of how your rigger rig the model. Sometimes your rigger doesn't really put a lot of range in your model. So it really depends with your rigger style of rigging, actually. So this is how exactly I customize my client's model. If you want to maximize your physics and such, feel free to play around with the value, but make sure that you let your riggers know first, so you're not messing up with their work. Sometimes it is made like that because the rigger wants it to be like that. So you need to ask them first, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!